Not now. So, here we are again. Should I turn on some music? Might not be a terrible idea to turn on some music first. I don't have many musics, but I have some musics. Jeepers creepers, man. Jeepers creepers. Some of the people I know. I like the... Why can't I find this? There we go. I like this. Because RuneScape's got nice music. Let's just keep it at that. Wait, gotta turn this on. Whoop. Boop. So, I've actually been working on some things. For one, I actually wrote this tiny mini adventure. It's tiny, it's baby. But if you're looking for something to get a head up, you need to start somewhere, don't you? I think a lot of people underestimate the power of just starting in media res with you already on a quest. Like you might say, but why? Listen, my dear good sir. Let me pat you. Let me pat you all over. There's a certain power to starting off and you're already on a mission, and that power is your players can't fuck it up. Like, up to that point, they were just regular old dudes. Now is the real time for hero. Because no one wants that. No one wants to be the guy who sits there and goes, man, we're flicking through paperwork trying to find the quest. Yay! Players want to get going. So the first thing you want to do is you want to drop them off somewhere and give them, like, a basic objective to do. Like, you drop them off in the middle of a village and you say, you have to find a herb. Ask around! And then you say, well, there's the inn. There's, of course, the elder, like whoever de facto runs it. There's the guards outpost, and there's the church. Go figure your shit out. I don't think adventures need to be wordy. So many adventures are wordy. They're so big and wordy. Being big and wordy is fine if you're a book about this is what a race is like. This is what the Illumins live like. That's fine. But you can't be wordy with an adventure because it's for the GM. And the GM doesn't give a shit. The GM just has to present something believable. And fun fact, all those fancy decorations on a theater stage, they're flat as a doornail. They're flat as a doornail. And as a result of that, you don't need much. You just need enough to just a little pinch. Just a little pinch of pepper. Once you got that pinch going, you're done. Kudos, congratulations. You don't need the rest of it. I'm also working on this, which is a bit different. This was small. This turned out way smaller than I thought it would. But it was a nice little exercise to get the brain going. You might notice I bold a lot of stuff. I bold the important stuff that people care about. Because when you're skimming through something, looking for something, you want to find the good stuff right away. This is the good stuff. It's made entirely out of stone. It's partially a ruin. So when you look for inn, you go to the end. It's made out of stone, partially a ruin. Their specialty is bam, done. Unique qualities has a bronze closet of the Saga. For some reason, there's a bronze statue of Ra. That's a nice quest lead up. That's something you can do something with. Like, why would someone do this? Does the statue do anything? And then the GM goes, sure, it does something. What you want to do is you want to inspire the GM. You don't want to hold him by the... Because that's what I hate about adventure paths. They're such scripts. Ugh, they're so script. You want to run an adventure, or do you want to be a mouthpiece for a book and just vomit it on the players? People don't like being vomited on. So I made a race called the Carina because I really liked the Crean, but it turns out they're under copyright. So I thought, why not make my own version of them and make them a little bit more expanded with a little bit more spedazzle? Because I do like insectile races. I like what they have to put on offer, which is that they're weird, they're strange, people don't want to see them very much. So if one of them is really strong, competent, or has like allies, it's super weird all of a sudden. I like weird. It's why I like the Raptorand. It's kind of... They have foot bows. Like, someone clearly thought about this more than anyone else would. I wonder what Shadiversary would have to say about foot bows. I guess you'd probably be like, yeah, it's probably the better bow you can use. I mean, you use gravity to your advantage and everything. Damn. The feats are great, too. Plunging shot. Ooh. 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 But I'm making this for 5e, which I have no experience with. I'm just basing this off what I found. I already did the whole ability score thing, so I'm just doing the rest, because that's fun. If you have any criticism on this, please do spit it at me. I forgot to fill in languages. So the Karina have, they have 4, like, sort of tiers. They've got you got the Ke, you got the Kera, you got the Koz, and you got the Tal. Essentially, you got your worker bees, you got your traders who go outside and are fucking creepy. You have the beetles who do all the political stuff, and then you have the warriors who are essentially the real Thakreen. They got 4 arms, but they're battlers, but vulnerable to arcane magics. Which I don't think that distinction exists anymore in 5e, so I just sit magic. With magic, they affect them for 1 more round, and any ones are rerolled in terms of damage. That sounds like a terrible thing. What's supposed to be? Because you also get resistant to a damage type. Like, if spells are going to fuck you up, because that's the whole point. You have something to work to, you know? Like, you've got a legit advantage and disadvantage to playing this race. And then you got the Coles. The Coles can read language as a read language as a ritual spell. Not the most exciting spell to know, but hey, You always have shield AC ready because you have a big shell on your back. Which is, I don't know, I want to keep it as simple as possible. You can also fly, but you can't stay in air at the end of your round. You have to land. That's a really, really interesting rule that I picked up in Starfinder. I'm like, okay, that's actually a pretty good way to balance out flying, is just make it so that you have to land. You can't just fly in the air indefinitely and stay up there. No, after 30 feet, you better be on the ground. You're going to hit your face on the ground. Don't get glide. Don't get that fall reduction. Then we got these guys. These guys are... They share some stuff because they're basically the same thing, although for different reasons. One are little worker boys. They are fast worker boys. Remarkably fast for little worker boys. They're also not reduced by heavy armor encumbrance. Because they're worker boys. They carry shit all the time. They don't care. Some dark visions, regular stuff. Vulnerable to cold. I like this. Making weird vulnerabilities. Take disadvantage of cold effects and all that. Not saving throw specifically. Here was something a bit more weird. Vulnerable to water. Whenever you're covered in water, you have to spend an action to shake it all off, or you just take disadvantage of saving throws, which is a neat way of doing it, isn't it? Because then it's like someone can just take a bucket and throw it at you, and then you're like, cheapers. Actually, let's make it at least a gallon of water. So it needs to be a significant amount of water. Because the Keta are huge. They are giant centipedes. They are like, imagine Huanti abominations, but they're centipedes. They're spooky, they're scary, they're large. They get none of the benefits of being large because they're just very long. They get no reach, they get no increased equipment because they're still technically got a regular upper body with regular, as far as insects go, arms. I got the little guys. Little guys got nothing special for them except that they're small and they're kind of cute. Age. They probably live long. I'll figure out the exact details later. But let's get to it. Let's go to the day in the life. Because I like the idea of everyone goes, when you go insectile, if you're gonna have ants, you're gonna have casts, you gotta make them all castly. I'm like, what if that's just how they want to be seen? Like, an insectoid race just spends a lot of resources and effort appearing as this rigid caste structure. So everyone's like, man, they're a well-oiled machine. If you try to fight them, they'll kick your ass. They got fierce warriors, they got massive traders, they got very potent spellcasters, and they got tiny worker ants that can overwhelm you. They are a force to be reckoned with, so naturally they're gonna appear as fearsome as they can. But in reality, they're just like, life's good. Life's good when you're a ninja block, as they say. And these guys are all ninja blocks, except they're neither blocks nor ninjas, but that's besides the point. I don't even think ninja's a class yet in 5e. I hope at some point it is, because ninja's cool. People want to be ninjas, and they want to call themselves ninjas, even though they're all like, but Rogue is technically a ninja, but it really doesn't feel like it, because it doesn't have the name. And doesn't have, like, ninja powers, like I can't turn into a log. If you're not a real ninja if you can't turn into a log like Boruto's dad. That is the best joke ever, because that's all Naruto fucking deserves. That's all he deserves at this point. Boruto's dad. And Ninja Steve Jobs. Those are great. I did turn the thing back on, right? Yep. I need to set this up a bit differently. That's good. That works. Now I can see the dropped frames. I like the idea, like, you read in Day in the Life and you're like, wait, what? This little ant boy is trying to get a gift for his friend. What? Wouldn't that be neat? Like, there's such a streamlined society that your job is just easy. How hard is your job? It's just easy. Like, your job is so freaking easy because technically anyone can do your job. But you can do it especially good, and as a result, because everyone sort of try to imagine our society, but you're like, I really like doing this, and then you're just given that job. That's how it works. You want to do this, you get that job. Period. Done. Donezo. And you have fun. And it doesn't exhaust you. Because it's your job. That's how the Karina work. And people might be going like, wait, what? Like, they have a better society than we do in terms of job satisfaction? It's like, yes. Because, why would that be, though? Why would the Karina have this society that tries to min-max its way to to customer satisfaction? Because that's a good question. Could it be that their ruler and queen is like that? Actually, that might be a nice way of looking at it. Like, the main reason that they have such a well-refined society is that, generally speaking, the person in charge, like the big queen, and the council as well, because the council... How do I put this again? The council sort of cycles in and out a bunch. Kind of work on that for a bit. Like, what does that exist that way? This is all done right? Yeah, it's just a lot of stuff. I might as well fold this up. There, it'll save me some... Wait, it actually takes all this, too? Oh, come on, man. You're making this super uncomfortable. Let's actually take that page break out of there, then. Psychology. Well, they all think the same, or they all think differently. I don't know, maybe all the Korean just think the same, like, it's just the bodies that are different. Because most people go, you have a different body, you have a different mind. I'm like, what if that's not the case? What if all Korean have the single mind? Like, they're not a hive mind, they just look like it, because they have such well-organized, systems. It's like, just throw it on its head. They always say you should go with your third idea. A life and leisure arts and crafts. I took this all from the Raptrans, because it's great, because 3.5 has some really expansive, like, what is a race? What is a race other than a culture in itself? Especially with something that's as isolationist as the Korean, like, naturally they're going to have an internal culture that functions in its own way. There. That's just a nice little... Like, the best way to describe a race is its difference from humanity. Like, what makes the race weird? It's useless to describe everything in which, oh, well, they think just like... No, no one cares about that. That's useless. Oh my god, that's adorable. Heck, man. Heck! Some people's got some cute stuff. Good stuff. De facto queen. Isn't it the council? Yeah, it's the council, not the council. Whoopsie snickerdoodles. These are official names, so they need to be properly set up. That's neat. Like, their election system is just you get elected. Someone just throws your name in a hat, and now you're elected. Congratulations. That's neat. It's like no one can stop you. Like there's no... Like... Why would this be everywhere, though? Probably because it just works. It just works out for them. The Karina aren't, like, a massively complicated race. They don't care much. They just live their own lives, so... Whoever gets in charge... Like, what keeps them in check, though? What keeps an outsider in check? The overthrowing part, I'd assume. No one... Oh, that's great. That's a great detail. Wouldn't that be, like, an interesting way of looking at it? Like, they... Like... Like, the Karina go over to a place that's oppressed, and they're like, why are these people oppressed? Like, why don't they just get rid of their ruler? And everyone's like, well, the guard. And it's like, why the fuck are the guard protecting this asshole? Like, the Karina just walk up to a guard and like, why the hell are you supporting this jackass? What is your motivation? Why are you bullying everyone? Like, they don't understand this. It just goes over their heads. Like, why would you keep someone you don't like in charge? Why are the guard helping him? Wouldn't that be great? Defective ruler. Doesn't that just say it all? Like, you're not wrong. You're just not fit. You're broken. You failed your job. You're defective. Ooh. Man, that's spooky. That gives me the shivers. Shiver me timbers, Batman. And then get me some new timbers, please. What is the council? I just like the idea of there being just a council of, like, minor elected officials that people just have. It's Coles, right? Yeah, Coles. Actually, let's change the election process. I like the idea that they actually have a bit more streamlined process. Like, they have transferable votes. I like the idea of transferable vote. Single transferable vote. Because it really prevents some problems that exist with voting. Like, you can vote for one person, but what, like, you know the big problem with, like, third parties, with, like, minor parties in America, is you can't vote for them. Like, you get one vote, but you get to say, okay, I really want to vote for these guys, but if they don't make it, I guess I'll vote for the big one. Wouldn't that be neat? Doesn't that just make a whole lot more sense? Joe Smith, John Citizen. I feel sorry for John Citizen. I kind of do. I feel very sorry for a man named John Citizen. So what does the council really do? They handle day-to-day activities, I guess, or more like month-to-month. Like they set up a sort of a battle plan. So they work a bit agile, I guess. They work agile. Yeah, I'd like to imagine that they take pride in their work. It's like, listen, shit's fucked up. We need some people to work in the mines. Go do it. And everyone's like, you know what? That's cool. Because if you're willing to do that, if you're willing to put yourself aside, for like you get to work your dream job the entire year, put up with it. Let's work on something else. So what about warfare? Who instigates warfare? Let's go walk through the phases. Wouldn't that be great? Like they're like, we're peaceful. We're peaceful. They put up their hands like, hey, we're peaceful. We're not gonna fight you. We're just gonna starve you. We're just gonna murder you brutally by suffocating your industry. Isn't that like great? Like to them, warfare is killing people. Warfare is directly killing people. So when they have this large economic warfare, they're like, this is fine. Wouldn't that be great? Like, you've got this dream society of bug people, and they're just like, we have no problem just destroying entire. That'd be great. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that idea a lot. That's a great way, though. That's so great. Like they're not at war, but they're just like scheming. They're constantly scheming. They have huge plans that like we'll infiltrate here and here and we'll slowly build up here and here and then eventually snap and your whole kingdom just collapses out from under you and it's like, yep, should have seen that one coming. Shouldn't, you know, don't piss off a Karina. He won't attack you today. He'll attack you later. Oh, let's make that a nice quote. What is it? Tariff, right? Oh, it's 2 Fs. Oh. Without an E because it's 2 Fs. That's great. I love that idea. Like, they're not killing you. They're just slowly... Like, it takes a while to choke a person out. So naturally, suffocation's a great, like, example to compare it to. They don't kill you. They suffocate you. They just drain the life out of you like insects. Because they are insects. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. But they still try to avoid that. Like, they... Like, I imagine that if you actually got there, you've pissed them off. Bit of just a lot of iteration, but it's just like this is how they work. They don't fight big fights. They do guerrilla tactics. They choke out your army instead of fighting you in a big single warfare. Because what's more effective, a big fat fight? Like they'll hold their ground, but just to keep you busy, while they slowly but surely poison your foods and steal your supplies. Such a war to write. It's kind of funky, because people used to fight with guerrilla tactics since forever. Like, a lot of people are like, they were great battle. No, those were rare. Like, it's remarkably rare how rarely people actually went into big all-out attacks. Because, fun fact, a big all-out attack costs you a lot of resources and doesn't help. Those are not how you fight wars. You fight wars with tactical, with strategic attacks. You know what? A big battlefield isn't even tactical. It's stupid. I like that idea. Like they show up with a big gift of gold. They're like, hey, listen, war's a shit fest, ain't it? Yay, let's stop having a war. And they show up with this big old basket of like fruits and tasty treats, and they just walk over to your front door, and you're like, go fuck yourself. You just stick your middle finger up, and they're like, why are you doing this? We came bearing gifts and gold and like food for your men, so that you can walk home and fuck off. But they're like, ah, you've won, but I'll get you next time, Gadget. And it's like, they don't understand. Like, we just want to stop. Why is this a problem? I like that idea. Jesus Christ, these people. Yeah, that makes sense. I like the idea. I like the idea of once you're actually there, like they actually beat you, you're done. They're like, okay, out come the cleaving axes. We're done. We're done. You're rabbit. You're weird. Why are you fighting at this point? Like, the Korean are like, let's just get along. Let's just all get along while I slowly economically choke the life out of you. And then someone is like, I'm gonna fight to the death. They're like, what are you doing? Come on, man. We just want to have fun. Just want to have fun. Just want to have a little bit of fun. We got a lot done today. Look at this. Look at this. We got stuff done today. Woo! Let's go back up here. Go work some here. What do I want to do? We'll work on that adventure some more in a bit. I might change that one. I'm not too happy with it. It's a bit too flat. It's a bit too expository. A good situation speaks for itself, you know. Machiavellian. Did I miss an L? Oh, it just needs... Gotta be uppercase! Gotta be uppercase, your Google goes, woo! Machiavelli. Okay, didn't see any of that. Whew! Thinking. I don't feel like doing this much more. Let's go over here. I don't know if I want to do much more. Actually, I'm starting to run out of steam. I can feel the steam draining from my body. Ugh. You know, I'll just leave it at this. I don't have... I've lost my gusto. I don't know where it went. It just kind of... Maybe next time we'll work on this. Maybe I got some ideas. You know, let me just pull something up real fast. Settlements. How big a town would be in this area? Let's say a small town. What kind of level are we going for? Yeah, because every CR is set up for that. Ugh. God, that's fucking stupid. So what's the tone of this adventure? Mystery, I guess? Sort of like trying to figure it out. Work on some items here too, I guess. Maybe that's fun for me to do. I just want to work on items. So we got 2 already, which are pretty good. Let's put something minor in. Just some fun trinkets. Because people tend to forget that sometimes you just find something goofy. It doesn't do anything. Would also be a fun oddity. Just something weird, something goofy. Something strange. I'm actually change this for a bit. Just let our minds wander. What kind of magic item would someone want? In ye olden times. Oh, I know. What are you again? Plow. what kind of this thing? Like a hand plow, like a plow you would do by hand. Let's look up the history of plows. Let's assign these things some value too. A plow. I guess they're so old that hand varieties don't really exist, do they? Wow, the modern plow looks like nothing. So weird, though. A hoe. Oh, the hoe! That's what I mean! The hoe! Spice is worth more than that. It's also great curiosity for, like, rich people. Like, people find this and they find, like, this weird aura, and they're like, what's this aura about? Why does this thing have a weird magical aura? Need to write the auras down, I guess. Ugh, I hate that stuff. Gotta do it, gotta do it. What is a tinderbox, anyway? I never looked up what tinderboxes actually are. I know they exist. I know from them from RuneScape, but I don't know what a tinderbox is. Charcloth. Okay. Okay. That's actually pretty cool. I never knew that. I feel smarter now. That's great. That's really cool. That's cool. That's a nice little thing. Just like you get a small light that lasts for a little bit. Let's just say 1 minute, actually. It's very briefly lit, but it's like really cool. Also, it makes everyone be able to see you. I'll look up how magic items are written. Or not. Just leave it up to the GM to be like, oh, well, you sense some magic from it. It's like weird magic. It's goofy magic. Or just look up comparable spells. What would a guard station want? Ooh, a beam that's like extra good for holding doors. Just increases the DC. No reason, no rhyme. Just snap. Let's make some oddities. Just some weird things that people will be like, oh, that's cool. I like thunder eggs. They're just cool. Look at these things. They're so cool. Yeah. It's a state rock. I just like geodes in general. Geodes are cool. Look at these things. They're so rad. How can you not like geodes? What kind of monster are you? They're radical. I want a geode at some point in my life. I want one that's purple. I like purple. Purple's a nice color. Or blue. But I think purple is okay too. I don't know where to find geodes. But if I'd find one, I'd buy it. I don't have money right now, though. Whoops. Awesome Gamer S shows up. Hello there. Planning to stop soon though. I don't have much going for me in terms of what I want to do. Maybe I'll record some later. I don't feel like doing much more. Ugh. I just don't know. I just ran out of guff all of a sudden. Out of steam. Enough loot. Let's focus on the town of Vettel. How many people are going to cram in this place? We've got between 201 and 2,000. Let's say... lawful neutral, because it doesn't give a shit. Lawful neutral is a great way to describe any town, really. Like, eh! How can your town be chaotic good? What the hell kind of town is chaotic? It's not a town. You can't be a town and be chaotic. I appreciate that Dung Sweeper is one of the notable NPCs. Famous thief, archwizard, Dung Sweeper. Crime lord, headmistress of the Wizards Academy, puppet mayor, Dung Sweeper. Mayor, sheriff, soothsayer, Dung Sweeper. Who's a level 4 druid of all things. I got this one half elf. Where they came from, nobody knows. Oh, it's also a failing fishing village. Oh man, that's a sad way to describe anything. I need all the details to get the details right. I don't like this too much. It's like setting up villages, giving it a little pepper, a little bit of spice. Actually, that'd be this. Let's crank this up. Page break it. Boom! I like to do this for every one of these because it just gives a little bit more of a structure to it. It's a lot of clarity with minimal effort. Also, you don't put this in titles. I don't know what that. I don't need that either. Features, import, Biggest. I like to always put in the biggest inn, because the players are usually going to go to the biggest inn, because that's the place things are going on. Noteworthy is a word, right? Oh, it's noteworthy. I thought it was notesworthy. Because it's worth them notes on Tumblr! Bottom. Heck me, they say. Heck me. Okay. So what is the town of Vero like? Let's run some ideas through our head. The town of Vero is near this rocky spire, for which I'll most likely have to draw a map. I don't like drawing maps, though. I could try that. Maybe I can do that for a thing once. Draw a map. I've got Psy. It's not the best program for it, but it's something, I guess. I don't want to crack open Psy, though, because it might open up on a page and there's like all kinds of art, and I'll be so embarrassed because it's bad. We got noteworthy building, important people, biggest inn. Wouldn't the biggest inn already fall into that? I guess so. I guess so. I need to open Don Juan. Don Juan. I love it when someone just posts Jesus and provides no context for what there's to Jesus about. Thanks, per random person. Where's the inn generator? I can click these things to make them shorter or bigger. I always like to do two things. I like to make them a specialty. Actually, there is a PDF I have for this, but I don't want to show two PDFs on this. I don't know if I can get illegal for that, but I do like to use these. I'm also going to open up the online dice roller from Brock Jones. Brock Jones, my man. Haven't I given that guy money? No, because he doesn't accept it, I guess. He deserves it. Man deserves it. Makes a good dice rolling website. I got the basic buttons: D2, D3, D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, D20, and D100. You can make customs. Even has one for stat rolling if you're like that. Don't I have like a stat rolling video on like my clips? I was gonna watch or something. Huh. Ah, heck. I'll be in the other one then. Maybe it's on there somewhere. Who knows? But let me go over here. Okay, here it is. Adventures, Taverns. And then it's got a toolbox. And I really like this toolbox. Okay, there it is. Okay. It requires bar tabs to be signed in blood. Cheapers. Let's roll and see what I think about it. 44. What is 44? Why did I roll so many 44s? Furniture is made of stone. What kind of place is this anyway? Let's think about the environment. Let's think about what the environment is first. Let me think real damn hard. Because now I think about it, I haven't specified where this takes place in terms of climate, which is important. I like desert environments, though. How about we go with a cool desert, cold desert, and we got some mountains with snow on it for the Speyer of Kiel, which makes the whole rain business. No, it's described as verdant lands. Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom though. Man, some of these are just fucking wacky. Don Juan, I need your help. The Copper Tankard. I like that name though. It's a nice name for a place to take a drink. I really don't get why it has amenities. It's like a table you can roll on instead of just a list. These are amenities you can roll for. Oh, I like this. Home of Endless Stew. Oh, that's great. They got Endless Stool. Let's say it's actually on the cusp. Probably turn this back up again. There we go. That's the word. Whoops. I could actually turn this into a sub-page. Just write it out first and see what comes out. Oh, heck, I forgot. I need to turn this off. I just forgot to roll for the urban toolbox, namely town features. What kind of town feature are we getting? If I get another fucking 44, I'm going to be pissed. 30. Thank you. I don't like that one. I mean, if they live near a desert, the problem can have a statue of a sun goddess. I like these though. They're very weird. I gotta go to the bathroom though. Whoops. Well, we'll just cut it here then. Next time we'll work on the adventure, as I said I would. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.